numbers are finally in. And they are not just bad, they are catastrophic. For 2 years, the world watched the chaos from the outside. We saw the mass firings. We saw the memes. We saw the erratic behavior. We watched a $44 billion empire crumble in real time. But until this week, nobody knew the exact size of the crater. Now we do. Fidelity, the investment giant that helped finance Elon Musk's takeover, has just marked down the value of their stake by a staggering 79%. Let me repeat that number because it is hard to comprehend. 79%. That means the company Elon bought for $44 billion is now worth less than $10 billion on the books. $35 billion of value. Vaporized, gone. To put that into perspective, Elon Musk has lost more money on this single deal than the entire GDP of Iceland. He burned through the equivalent of buying Ferrari and driving it off a cliff. Today, we are not just looking at a bad investment, we are performing an autopsy on the most expensive corporate suicide in human history. The seeds of destruction were planted on day 1, October 27, 2022. Elon walks into the San Francisco headquarters carrying a porcelain sink. He tweets, "Let that sink in. It was meant to be a joke." But for the employees, it was a funeral. Within minutes of signing the deal, Elon didn't just fire the CEO, Parag Agrawal. He fired the CFO, the head of legal, and the head of policy. He decapitated the company's leadership instantly. Then came the hardcore ultimatum. Elon sent a midnight email to the remaining staff. The message was simple. Commit to working 80 hours a week at high intensity or leave. He expected the engineers to bow down. Instead, they walked out. Thousands of them. Critical infrastructure teams, security teams, the people who kept the servers running. In less than a month, Twitter went from 7,500 employees to less than 2,000. Elon thought he was cutting fat. In reality, he was cutting the company's nervous system. But the real collapse wasn't about code, it was about money. And this is where the story gets brutal. Elon had a theory. He hated advertising. He wanted Twitter to make money from subscriptions. So he launched Twitter Blue. For $8 a month, anyone could buy the Blue verification checkmark. Previously, that checkmark meant this person is who they say they are. Under Elon, it just meant this person has a credit card. The internet responded exactly how you would expect. Within hours, a fake account bought a blue checkmark, named itself Eli Lilly and Company, the pharmaceutical giant, and tweeted 5 words. "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." It looked official. It had the logo. It had the checkmark. The tweet went viral. Real investors panicked. Eli Lilly's stock price crashed, wiping out billions of dollars in market cap in a single afternoon. Other brands were hit too. A fake Lockheed Martin said they were stopping weapons sales. A fake Nintendo posted Mario flipping the bird. It was funny for the users, but for the advertisers, the people who paid 90% of Twitter's bills, it was a nightmare. They realized the platform was no longer safe, and they started to run. By late 2023, the revenue was bleeding out. Disney, Apple, IBM, and Lionsgate had paused their campaigns. They didn't want their ads appearing next to hate speech or neo-Nazi content, which had surged after Elon fired the moderation teams. A normal CEO would have flown to New York. He would have apologized. He would have tried to win the clients back. Elon Musk did the opposite. In an interview at the New York Times Dealbook Summit, he was asked about the advertisers leaving. His response became legendary for all the wrong reasons. He looked directly into the camera and said, "Don't advertise him," and then, "Go fuck yourself." He even named Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney specifically. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated hubris. He believed he was bigger than the market. He believed he could bully the customers into paying him. He was wrong. In 2022, Twitter made $4.4 billion in revenue. By the end of 2024, that number had collapsed to just $2.5 billion. He didn't just burn the bridge, he nuked it. As if destroying the revenue wasn't enough, Elon decided to destroy the one thing Twitter had that no amount of money could buy: its brand. Twitter wasn't just a name, it was a verb. Presidents tweeted, news broke on Twitter. It was part of the global vocabulary. Marketing experts estimate that the brand equity of the Bluebird was worth between $4 and $20 billion alone. One night in July, Elon decided to kill it. He renamed the app X. He put a glowing strobing X sign on top of the headquarters that blinded the neighbors. He erased 15 years of brand history overnight. The result? Downloads plummeted. The App Store rank was dropped. He turned a household name into a generic letter that sounds like a porn site. And finally, we have to talk about the debt. Elon didn't buy Twitter with cash from his wallet. He borrowed $13 billion from banks to close the deal. That debt comes with interest payments of over $1 billion a year. Think about the math. The company is making half the revenue it used to, but now it has a $1 billion bill to pay every single year just to stay alive. This is why Fidelity keeps marking down the value. The math simply does not work. Elon Musk is undeniably a genius when it comes to rockets and electric cars. He revolutionized space. He revolutionized transport. But X proves a brutal lesson that even the richest man on earth cannot escape. You cannot engineer human behavior. You cannot bully the free market. And you cannot treat a $44 billion deploy without paying the price. Fidelity says the value is down 79%, but the cultural value, that might be down to zero. Twitter is dead, and X is a zombie. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe. We track the money where others just read the headlines. And if you think this loss was big, you need to see how